So I was on the phone with Jeremy one day, and I told him about this challenge that he didn't even know about. But by that point, it was no longer a truck EDC challenge. It had turned into a full-on apocalypse rig challenge. You guys need to go tell Jeremy that you don't need a 6-inch lift and 37s to drive through those shallow little mud puddles in Florida. I ain't scared of no Florida man.
Don't test me.
You don't impress me.
Well, Taylor,
So don't test me, nah.
that's a cute little food truck you've got there. But to be honest, I'm not sure whether to ask you to go camping or order a cheeseburger. And I can guarantee you there's one thing that food truck will never have that this truck has. You hear that? So at the end of the day, Taylor, no matter what you do, there is no replacement for displacement, my friend. And there's also some other parts of this build, if you're building a Armageddon rig, that I think you're unprepared for. America, bitches. No, I'm just kidding with Taylor. I actually think at the end of the day, his build will be really cool. Once it's all said and done, I'm sure it'll be really well done. We kind of have slightly different approaches because we have slightly different goals for our rigs. I had to give him a little bit of shit because in his last video, he was talking mad shit.
Jeremy doesn't even leave his house. What does he know about truck EDC? Keep in mind, Jeremy's afraid of bugs and he doesn't leave his house. Just saying. You don't need a 6-inch lift and 37s to drive through those shallow little mud puddles in Florida.
I mean, after all, he does kind of need to distract from the fact that the truck that he's building his rig on has far less horsepower, less torque, less ground clearance, less trailering capacity, less payload capacity. I mean, basically just less in every way that matters. You gotta have a strong foundation to build a house. And he's definitely building a house with that small condominium he has attached to the back of his truck. I just really hope that little V6 has enough power once he's done building out this monster that he can still get over a speed bump with that bitch. We'll keep praying for you down here in Florida, little buddy. I'm sure he's a little stressed out about his build and he might be lashing out a little more and saying some things that is normally out of character for him because he's such a sweet person. However, I'm not stressed out at all. I'm pretty sure that this 420 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8 with, I believe it's around 460 foot-pounds of torque will get these oversized 37s down just about any trail I need to get down. But what do I know? I'm just a Florida man that never goes outside. Wait a minute. Where am I at? Is this outside? Well, I'll be damned. Maybe old Tay-Tay's wrong about more than he thinks. I still love you, Taylor, even if in the last video you did sling more shit than a monkey at the zoo. But while we're still out here in the woods, I did want to take a second to talk about this little beauty that I just recently got, which is going to be one of the things we're adding to the Overland build, the Lava Box. This one's called the Trident. Full disclosure, I was sent this for free, but they didn't reach out to me. I actually reached out to them and told them about the Overland build, and they were super cool and said, absolutely, we'll send you one to check out and help out with the build. So much appreciation to the folks at Lava Box for that. I love this damn thing. It's basically a portable little propane fire pit. Don't get me wrong, I prefer real fires. If I can, and I'm in the woods and I can build an actual fire with logs, the crackling and stuff, put off a lot of heat, it's nice, you can cook on it, but you can't always have a fire. Sometimes there's fire bans, sometimes maybe you don't have a lot of wood. If it's been raining and everything's wet, you don't want to pack a bunch of wood into the woods with you. There's not a lot of wood around for you to use for a fire, so it's always good to have an alternative source for fire, because what's camping without a fire, which is where something like this comes in. It's this really cool ammo can style fire pit. Super small, light, it's portable, it's easy to just throw in the back of your truck and just keep it in there and have on you at all times. I have a little 5-pound propane tank. You can run them off 1 pounds, but it would probably go pretty quick. I would recommend getting like a little portable 5-pound, or if you're gonna be camping for a few days, probably get a full-size 20-gallon. This particular one is a stainless steel version. They have multiple versions. Some of them are made out of actual ammo cans with the painted finish and the rubber seal and all that. This is one of their newer models. It's got the vent holes laser cut into it. It comes with 10 of these things they call Hades stones, which are these little ceramic stones. They're super lightweight, but they help kind of disperse the fire and hold heat and whatnot. Thing about this Trident one that they just came out with that's super cool is there's actually 2 burners. This is the kind of general flame, campfire, whatever, put off heat kind of flame. Then there's another inlet over here, and they've added a cooking flame. So this one, because of the nature of the kind of flame it is, it puts off a lot of soot, a lot of black stuff. Some people complained about cooking on that. So this model has a second burner, which is a blue flame. Very low soot, nice and hot for cooking, good control. So if you're boiling water, cooking whatever, it works much better, which is really cool because that makes this thing even more versatile. You wanna cook, just move your hose over to the cooking burner, cook what you need to do, and you're done, pop it back over here, you're good. Another thing that's really cool is this thing comes with this guy, the over-under grill thingy. Very technical name they have for this. And that's not me, that's what they call this, the over-under grill thingy. This can either be put on top like such and used as a grill grate so you can cook food directly on this, or you can put your pan or your pot or whatever to boil water on that, or these legs come out and then that makes a nice little stand for you to put this on so it's not sitting on the ground. Or like me, when I put it in the back of the bed of my truck, I put it on here so if the bottom of this gets hot, it doesn't melt my tailgate or anything like that. And this folds right up, slides right down in the bag with this guy. So all super portable. Really big fan. And you might say, oh, well, does a propane fire pit put off enough heat? Well, a ridiculous, oh, I'm gonna actually get over here. Let me get out of the way so I don't catch myself on fire. I don't even know if that's doing it justice, the amount of flame that is currently coming out of this thing. Now, I will say, if you have it on that setting, I don't imagine you're gonna get an absolute ton of life out of your propane tank, but this fire-breathing beast puts out 280,000 BTUs. So I would say that's more than enough to keep you warm. It may set you on fire, but it's more than enough to keep you warm for sure. They also have stuff like the bob, they call it, which is the bug out bag. And it's a little nice sack that you can get that you could fit this, the braided steel hose, the lava box itself, everything you need all in one little bag, throw it in the back of your truck and just keep everything together. Super nice and compact, really, really cool. All right, now that we're home, some stuff came in for the truck. We got a whole bunch of stuff that came in for the truck, actually. We got the Extrusions Overland bed rack that came in. We've got the Midnight Forest water system that came in. We have our Retrax bed cover that came in. But today, the Retrax bed cover is what we're gonna do. But before we do, let's take a quick second to thank longtime friends of the channel and sponsors of this here video, Open Sea Leather. Oh, you guys know Open Sea Leather has been my favorite wallet leather goods maker for a very long time now. I featured several of their different wallets in different EDC videos I've done. I've carried some form of Open Sea Leather wallet now for years. But the most recent addition to Open Sea's arsenal are these little goodies right here, the topside bifold LTs. These wallets are basically taking everything Michael has learned about perfecting the minimalist wallet, easy to access, tiny pocket presence, a unique aesthetic, fumble-free cash access, and of course, minimalism without sacrificing capacity. What they've basically done is they've taken the silhouette of the topsider, the single stitch design of the Hobey, the quick access of the topsider quick draw, and the full length cash access of the topsider bifold. So you kind of got a little bit of all the best things in this guy right here. You can obviously get it in all the different color combinations, natural veg tan, always been one of my favorites. Just to show you guys an example, this is natural veg tan when you get it. This is natural veg tan after it's been in your pocket for like a couple years. It doesn't even look like the same thing. That's why I love it so much. OpenSea has got over 2,000 5-star reviews on these guys. It is a award-winning wall design from Wallopedia and Best Leather. They ship next business day. There's something like 200,000 different color combinations between the different stuff. And like this one, for instance, you can do bitone. So you got one color on the inside, one color on the outside. And best of all, your boy's got a code for 15% off. So if you put code SIRESLT, and I'll put all this down below in the description, you will get 15% off your purchase from OpenSea Leather. I'm just a big fan of OpenSea, veteran-owned company. Michael's a great dude, great products. Definitely check out the guys at OpenSea Leather. Use the code down below to get a little deal on your purchase. All right, let me go get this damn bed cover out of the box. Let's get this shit moving. The next change, the next upgrade, I don't even know if this one would really be considered an upgrade, if I'm being honest, but the next thing we're doing to the truck to facilitate this Overland build that we're working on is a bed cover. And as you can see, there's already kind of one on here, which kind of sucks because I'm perfectly happy with this one, but I had to go get this new one to replace this one that I've been happy with and I've only had for like a year. Let me explain. The bed cover I currently have on here is the BAK, or back, however you say that, revolver, which I've been very happy with it. It is a hard cover with these aluminum slats here, but it rolls up on the top of the bed like a traditional roll-up cover rather than into a box in the back. The reason I bought it is because I liked that it conserved space inside of a not huge truck bed on a crew cab where you've got the limited bed space. The problem I'm running into now is to mount the bed rack that I've got coming, which it is compatible with this bed cover. I've got to get these wide brackets that bring it out, and then the bed cover will actually kind of extend past the outside edge of the truck, which I don't like. I want the bed rack to land in the center over here. I don't want it like coming and going out like that. I just don't think that'll look as good. I want it to think that keeps the line smooth, looks nice. Also, part of the reason I like this bed rack is because I can mount stuff to the inside and outside of the bed rack I've got coming. Well, if I'm rolling this up to the inside, there might be some interferences with this and stuff I mount to the inside. So the solution to my issue is, even though that bed cover is less than a year old and I paid like 1,200 bucks for it, is to have to buy a brand new like $2,000 cover. This guy here, the Retrax, I can't remember the full name of which Retrax it is. I will put the name down here somewhere along the bottom of the screen. But yeah, I had to buy this Retrax bed cover, which will now roll up into the bed of the truck, which in turn eliminates said issues I just mentioned. I think there might have to be some slight modifications. We'll see, because I've got the molly panels on the inside of my truck. So I might have to do just a little bit of trimming on my molly panels to get everything to line up, but we'll see. All right, well that was relatively painless, honestly. So far, there's only like 4 bolts to put the new bed cover together, and the old one came out pretty quick. So we are ready to put this guy in. However, this is where things might get a little more dicey because it's not that heavy. It's like 70 pounds, but it's kind of big and awkward. The directions say use 2 people, but if you watch this channel at all, you know that there's tons of shit that say 2 people. I never have 2 people, so it's always just solo amigo handling this shit. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so that was just a hair dicey, but overall not too bad. Honestly, I was more worried about scratching my truck or breaking some part because those arms are kind of long than anything else. Like I said, it's not that heavy, it's just kind of big and awkward and it's hard to move around. So definitely would be way, way quicker and easier with 2 people. But nevertheless, we got her done. Next thing, this is where things are gonna get a little weird. I'm starting to place out some of the clips that hold it to the bed, which normally is not a big deal. It's actually usually pretty fast and easy, but because I have this moly paneling in there, this might be a little more complicated than it would be on a typical installation, but that's just my life. Everything I do is more difficult. There's like 6 screws that hold the actual rails to the box of the bed cover. Then there's like 4 brackets that clamp the bed cover down to the rails of the bed. So I mean, I really think with 2 people, actually 1 person for the majority of the install and 2 people just for lifting it into the bed, you could have it done in an hour or probably less. For me, it did take a couple hours. Of course, the tension rods that I was telling you about on those clamps that come in and make contact with the bed of the truck to kind of keep everything locked in, they landed dead smack where my moly panels were. Half to 3/4 of an inch lower, it would have been through one of the holes in the moly panel. We would have been good to go. 3/4 of an inch higher, it would have been above the moly panel. We would have been good, but no, it landed smack dab in the middle of one of the areas where there was moly panel. So I did have to get out a Dremel, cut some of that out, and then sand it off to smooth it and stuff like that. So it took me longer than most people, but in general, very easy install. And I will eat my words. I said that I was kind of bummed out because I had to replace the old cover, which was perfectly functional, with this one, and it wasn't an upgrade. And while I still agree that it kind of sucks because that bed cover, I was very happy with it. I think that would be a really good bed cover for a lot of folks. I will say this is a pretty substantial upgrade, I feel like. The outside of this one, even though it is aluminum slats, they have like a material on the outside of the aluminum slats, which looks nice, but I feel like in the Florida sun, that will probably degrade a little quicker, where this one, it's all metal and it has almost like a bed liner kind of finish on the outside, which is super, super durable. And the panels themselves, the slats themselves seem to be much thicker on this. On the old bed cover, if I pushed on it, I could flex it a little bit, where this one, there's almost zero flex. It feels very sturdy, very tough. I just feel like the build quality of this one seems a little heavier duty than this one. It's also very smooth and easy to open. It's on like bearings, so I mean, that thing just glides open and closed. It feels great. And it's like a big garage door almost, so when it's closed, it really feels like it would be very difficult to break into that. Where this one would have been difficult to break into, but again, it feels a little lighter weight, so I feel like it would have been easier. Not that this one's impossible, you can break into anything, but I feel like you'd have a tougher time. I do lose a little bit of bed space. I have about 10.5 inches under the box that the bed cover rolls up into. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably get like a 23-0 or maybe a Rome case that's only that deep to slide up under there so that I can store stuff in there and utilize that dead space, because again, you don't have the full height of the bed in the back, like I think it's 11 inches or so because of that box. But at the end of the day, this is gonna work much better with that Extrusions Overland rack I have coming. I will say I don't love the fact that it locks from the outside. I did like the way that this one handled, where there was just a thing you pulled from the inside which unlocked it and allowed it to open. If your tailgate is closed and locked, and the way to open it is on the inside, then nobody can open it from the outside, obviously, because you have to open the tailgate to get to the unlock mechanism, and you can't open the tailgate without your key. So it's perfectly secure. This one, there is a key that locks it, which isn't a bad thing, but it does mean that I have one extra key I have to keep track of, where with this one, I didn't. So that part I don't love, but everything's got its pros and cons. But at the end of the day, the Retrax XR Pro, or Pro XR, I think it's called, gets a thumbs up, man. I'm real happy with it. I think it's gonna be a nice addition to the Overland build. It's gonna allow that extrusions rack to fit on there a lot nicer, and it's gonna be super secure. And we'll see about the waterproofness and stuff as we go. This one, I never had any water intrusion issues, so we'll see how this one goes. But I don't anticipate any issues. It looks like it's sealed pretty well from what I can tell. And as always, I will link everything we did in this video down below, so if it's something you're interested in doing to your truck, you can find the gear. The next video that we do on the truck build, like I said, we have the Extrusions Overland rack and I have the Midnight Forest water system. We'll probably be putting both of those on the truck. So I'm not sure when that video is coming. It'll be sometime this month, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be the next video or maybe the video after that. But before we cut out for the day, we gotta do our giveaway. Last week, we were giving away one of the new man cards. And the winner is Foxtrot 8437. Congratulations, my brother. Dude, the truck is badass and how it should look. Really love the videos, man. Well, Foxtrot, thank you, my brother. Congratulations. Thank you for following, subscribing, liking, and all that good stuff. Make sure you go to the About tab on our YouTube page, get our email address, shoot us an email with your mailing address, and we will get that man card sent out to you post haste. What can we give away? I know what we'll give away this week. The bandanas we did, the black bandanas. We are sold out of those, but we are currently making new ones in red. We wanted to do kind of a restock, but do a more traditional color like red with white font. They look really cool, but same design as the black one, but it's in red. We do not have them yet, but as soon as they come in, and it'll be sometime this month, we will send one to the winner in this giveaway. So you'll be one of the first people to get one. I'll probably send it to you before they're even on sale to the public. As soon as we get them in and I have one, I will ship it to you. So you will get an early release of the new bandana design we got coming out this month. As always, to enter the contest, rules are as follows. You have to be a subscriber to both channels, both this channel and our Jeremy Stars After Hours channel. You have to be a subscriber to our newsletter. You have to smash that like button and then comment down below. This week we'll do hashtag Taylor has a food truck. Hashtag red bandana. Do all that stuff and we will draw the winner live in the next upload. As always, if you get comments down below saying you won something, it's a scam, don't fall for that crap. All right, folks, well, that about wraps this one up. Big thank you to the guys at Lava Box for sending us the Lava Box to check out in this video. Really awesome product. And also big thank you to the guys at OpenSea for sponsoring this video. We always appreciate the companies that support the channel. So if you like what we're doing here at the channel, make sure you go do some clicking and maybe do a little shopping at those people and support the people that support the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. Hope everybody is having a fantastic week, and we will see you in the next video. You guys, if you haven't checked out Taylor's build, even though he's kind of an asshole and he was talking a bunch of shit, I still love him. Go check out his video. He's got a cool build going, so that way you can see both sides and kind of the different methodologies for how he's building his truck out in comparison to how I'm building mine out. Obviously, I'm gonna win, but hey, his is still gonna be cool nevertheless. Definitely go check his stuff out and follow along on this little competition we've got going this year. It'll be fun. And it's costing your boy a shit ton of money, so check it out.